President Barrow, the behavior of the executive following the acquittal of Usenu and his sister is really telling us that we are going back to the Jammeh days. Arrest them, ignore the court orders. And that is not the raison d'etre of your election as president of the country. You have asked that let us live in peace. But let us also do things that will ensure that peace prevails in this country. We shouldn't do anything that will be the antithesis of peace. Anything that undermines peace and stability of this country, you as president should be the first person to ensure that that happens. Anything that will interfere or push people to behave in any way that will be prejudicial to the public peace, you must prevent that. I ask you to order that Hussein be released. And Mr. AG, you and your team must know that whatever appeals you are doing is not to enrich the jurisprudence. Because there is nothing recondite in the law that has been dealt with in this case. There are simple, ordinary matters in the prosecution of cases. So I would expect you, Honorable Attorney General, that you would be an Attorney General, not a Minister of Justice. The Attorney General concerns himself only about legal issues without regard to any political consideration. We should make sure that nobody in this country is put in a situation where they will be in confrontation with the law enforcement agencies of this country. We have heard reports of a fastener who was struck by a canister at Bruford Market. He's currently admitted in hospital in state of unconsciousness. There's also a report of a 6-month baby. We cannot confirm that. That is also suffering from the effects of tear gas. How can anybody really go to a populated place like Bruford Market and open tear gas on bystanders? And again, President Barrow, I think some of your law enforcement officers are bent on undermining the credibility of your government. And this you must accept. Because everybody is tired. So anything that will make you lose a vote, they will do it. And I know that you're going to lose a lot of votes because of this misbehavior by members of your security forces. And again, President Barrow, all senior officers in all the security outfits, they are all aware and cognizant of the recommendations made by Honorable Youth who chaired the Farawa Bantan riot incidents. The recommendations he made is there, and that should be a guide for every occasion when there is need to control or to deal with the crowd. But there is ignored because no consequences follow with the unlawful use or the misuse of their weapons. I want to encourage Lamin Darboe to please take civil action against the Inspector General of Police and any other security agencies that might be involved in this for false arrest and false imprisonment. And I hope also that we'll look at that law which says that when a person is acquitted and discharged and the state expresses an intention to appeal, they must be detained until they provide bail. There is nowhere, I do not see it anywhere in the Commonwealth countries where that happens. You are no longer an accused person. Only accused person is admitted to bail. The fact that you are is enthroned, and in fact, an appeal does not put you in the position of an accused person, because already your guilt or otherwise has been determined by a competent court of jurisdiction. And please, Lamin, don't leave this matter as it is. Let us have the matter tested in court. Let us challenge the law, that provision of the law, which empowers the state to do so. Because the history of that legislation is founded in the case of Sanamani, the journalist, very prominent journalist, very prominent, controversial and prominent journalist. But then that is history. But as of the moment, we want to ask the government of the Gambia that should not resort to self-help. Follow the path of the law. And indeed, since you are going to, I don't know, whoever is going to argue your motion, I know these judges know that if my orders are flouted, you cannot come to me and ask me to give orders in your favor. I don't think any judge who is sensible will do that. You flout my orders and you come to me and you want me to really, vary that order. That can only happen probably in Yahya Jammeh's time, when you have the mercenary judges, but not at the time when you have consensus judges who insist that their orders must be respected and honored before you can really come to me for reconsideration of that order. So I'm making this address, and particularly to the state, that you have failed in your efforts to demonize, to make UDP as a terrorist party. You have failed in that, and you will fail in several other instances where you want to put UDP in a bad light. I thank you all for your kind attention.